Hello, it's Bill, the Knee Pain Guru. Today is Friday, November 12th, 2021. Today we're going to talk about, what do we got today? Cartilage degeneration in a toe joint after Lapiplasty Bunionectomy. Okay. This question here is from Tony. I have cartilage degeneration in my toe joint after Lapiplasty bunionectomy. How can that possibly grow back? I'm so desperate. Please help. Okay. I did a search here on what lapiplasty is because, and I will read it, what it is. Okay, while traditional, and just to be clear, this is on the big toe joint. There was a bunion. Bunion will stick out on the big toe joint, and this is doing a surgery on that toe joint to correct that. So, while traditional, this is what it says. I did a Google search on this. While traditional 2D osteotomy surgery merely cuts and shifts the bone to address the cosmetic bump, lapiplasty, 3D bunion correction, corrects the entire bone in 3D and secures the unstable foundation to get you back on your feet quickly in a walking boot. The lapiplasty procedure also has shown a low recurrence of issues, which is cool. I did not realize that, but anyhow, here's what we could talk about and tie that understanding of what's going on in the big toe with what Tony's struggling with. So Tony had said, have cartilage degeneration in the toe joint after this lapiplasty surgery, this to correct the bunion. How can that possibly grow back? I actually have, I was interviewing a doctor, friend of mine. He's an osteopathic physician, and he was talking about, this was in a video in the nonprofit. It's called the Camella Foundation. I will include that link to the foundation's website in the description box below. But essentially what the steps that he was talking about in terms of getting the body to begin to regenerate itself was, first and foremost, structure governs function. So when we get the relationship of the bones in the correct, relationship, what happens is it sets up the conditions, and now the body's going to be able to heal itself. Now that's the first step. You want to get the bones in the right relationship. Now, from an osteopathic perspective, or how I look at it, which has its origins in osteopathy, we're looking to create comfort in the joint, to get the joint to relax, to get the pressure off of the nerves that are causing the pain. Osteopathy may look at it from an indirect approach, like I just referred to, which is in comfort, or a direct approach, which is putting the bone back into place. Now that's an osteopathic perspective. And there's also a chiropractor who can help in terms of putting the bone back into correct relationship. That's ultimately what you're looking for, is the bones being in the right relationship to each other. And so that's the first step. Second step is looking at making sure we're reducing inflammation in the body, systemic inflammation in the toe. So the more we can reduce that systemic inflammation, and we give the body the resources it needs, nutrition, supplementation, we want to make sure we're allowing the environment that we created in step one, which is getting the bones in right relationship, the resources it needs to begin to heal. So that was the second step. And the third step, and this is according to my my good friend, Dr. Charlie Beck, an osteopath, he was saying you can use strategies like prolotherapy or stem cell therapy to go into the joint to promote the healing and the growth of cartilage or whatever is needing to be addressed in there. But one of the things that Dr. Beck had mentioned was that a lot of times if we get the bones in the right relationship and we set up the conditions so now the body's going to be able to heal itself, the third step may or may not be necessary, because most of the time when someone is showing up with an issue of cartilage degeneration or bone on bone or whatever that situation is, they're solely focused on the diagnosis, not necessarily focused on the outcome that they're looking for. And many times when clients who begin looking for my help and support, where they're struggling with bone on bone, cartilage degeneration, arthritis, whatever the situation is with their knees, I ask them the question: if you had no issues with pain or range of motion in the knee, would you care what your diagnosis was? And 99 times out of 100, they would say, well, no, I'm just focusing on the pain. Or my focus is solely on the pain or the range of motion. So if we can begin to create the environment for your body to begin to heal what's going on, then we never have to get to the more invasive procedures, which is shots or surgery, things like that. So there's a lot of, we need to give the body's ability to heal itself more credit than we do. And when we understand that, we can begin to help the body get to a place where it's feeling pretty good most of the time. And then if we need to pull in a doctor or a physical therapist or another professional in terms of getting extra help and support because of their specialization, it's important to understand that they have a specialization and what their strengths are in that specialization as well as their weaknesses are. If this makes sense, please give the video a thumbs up, like and subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications for future videos. If you have questions, please feel free to enter those in the comments section. I'll be happy to address those. And whatever knee pain questions you have, I'm happy to address those. There was another question that came in today that I wanted to address because it was really, they were asking about Knee Club, which is my group coaching program. And there was a specific, they had, let me find the email real quick here. But they were talking about, let me see here. They had arthritis, bone on bone. They had bone on bone. And they were, hold on just a second. And if you have questions, please type those in the comments section and I'll address those. Oh, here it is. It was from Denise. And she said, I have nothing torn in my knee. I have bone on bone. So will this help so I don't need surgery? And of course, everyone's situation is going to be different. Not all bone on bone situations are created equal. But once again, we go back to that initial question is, if you didn't have pain and you didn't have issues with range of motion, would you care if you had a bone on bone diagnosis? And once again, like I said, most people would not care. Their focus is on the pain and the range of motion. So absolutely what I offer can help. However, there's a big part of that equation. There's a big variable in that equation, which is going to depend on you and your ability, your participation in the program to show up and do the homework and see what is going on with your knee and then give feedback. because without that level of interaction, that it's a little bit of a crapshoot as far as how anything is going to work, because we have to build on what is going to begin to create comfort in your knee, give your knee relief, get the pressure off of the nerves in the knee that are causing pain, set up the conditions that once we get the pressure off of the nerves, it's going to support your knee being in a new good place for an extended period of time, more than just a few minutes. Because we have to be realistic about it, that in order for your knee to get to a place of being bone on bone, it's had to hold a tension pattern for quite a long time. Like, the bone on bone just doesn't happen overnight. So there was a lot of things that went into play to get us to this place today that we're dealing with bone on bone, which means I'm sharing this with you because I want to manage your expectations, because the mindset is the most important component in terms of being successful in working with my program ultimately. So if that's making sense, give the video a thumbs up, like and subscribe to my channel. I understand that putting the onus on the person with the knee pain isn't that popular. However, what it does is it removes a lot of the obstacles out of the way. A lot of people are looking for a quick fix, a drug, a shot, a surgery, physical, something quick to get them out of pain, which I get it. I totally understand. But we also need to take into consideration that we need to lay down a solid foundation of your experience of comfort on a day-to-day basis. So we create a baseline. And that baseline of comfort, whenever you do something and that baseline begins to spike, I want you to have the tools to be able to get your knee out of pain at that moment, so you don't have to continue to suffer for an extended period of time. And that's really important. Okay. Let's see. Your next steps. Oh, I forgot. Marketing. You can check out my program. I've set up, Knee Club is my program. It's my group coaching program. You can get access to it. Knee Club LITE. That's the coaching that I do. And you can watch how I work with my clients. And once again, it's a stripped down version of it. You'll get my coaching. However, you won't have access to the videos and the private Facebook group and be able to ask me questions. That is in the regular Knee Club program. But it allows you to get in and get a feel and understanding of what the program is and how it works and all that kind of good stuff. So you can check that out with the Knee Club LITE link, kneepainguru.com/knee-club-LITE. And yeah, we'll go from there. Okay, I have a video for you. You can check this out. This goes a little bit more about Knee Club. This is Bill Paravano, the Knee Pain Guru. Thanking you so much for being here. Have a wonderful day. I will see you on the next video.